Once sat through an entire birthday dinner, nodding and smiling while understanding maybe 30% of what was happening. 20 people sharing stories about our friend, and I was basically a professional head bobber. Turns out there's actually a method to restaurant madness when you've got a cochlear implant. Secret 1. Carry a microphone. Wireless microphones, they sound complicated, but they're not. Every CI company makes them, little clip-on things that stream directly to your processor. I was skeptical until I tried one at Christmas dinner and suddenly heard my uncle's terrible jokes for the first time in years. Clip it to whoever's talking or plonk it in the middle of the table for groups. The sound goes straight to your head, bypassing all the restaurant chaos. My brother's reaction when I first used one, "Christ, you are actually paying attention." Turns out looking engaged is much easier when you can actually hear what's going on. If that was helpful, there's a buy me a coffee link in the description to support more content like this. Secret 2. Lighting isn't just for Instagram. Candlelit dinners are romantic until you realise you can't see anyone's lips moving. I've spent dating meals nodding at what I hoped were appropriate moments. I book lunch dates now instead of dinner ones. Natural light beats moonlighting every time when you're trying to have an actual conversation. The evening meals are asked for tables near windows or under proper lights. Most restaurant websites show photos. If it looks like a cave, it probably sounds like one too. Light helps you see. Position determines what you hear. Secret 3. Table politics matter. Corner booths are your friend. Back to the wall means noise only comes from one direction instead of surround sound chaos. I used to sit wherever they put me, usually facing the kitchen with my processor, for the coffee machine was more interesting than conversation. Round tables beat long ones, shorter distances for lip reading. Never sit near the bar, kitchen, or anywhere they're making cocktails. Those blenders are loud enough to wake the dead. For groups, sit across from whoever talks most, saves your neck from constant swiveling. Secret 4. Timing is everything. Saturday night at 8 PM is noise hell. Everyone shouting over everyone else, and your processor gives up trying to make sense of it all. Early bird specials exist for a reason. 5:30 dinner bookings or 11:30 lunch slots mean you'll actually hear your meal companions. Most places have quiet periods between the lunch rush and evening chaos. Ring ahead and ask when they are quietest. They'll think you're sensible, not difficult. Timing prevents disasters. Research prevents mistakes. Secret 5. Scout like a spy. I've walked into restaurants that looked lovely but sounded like aircraft hangars. Concrete floors and exposed brick might look trendy, but they are murder for anyone trying to have a conversation. Look for carpet, curtains, tablecloths, anything soft that soaks up sound rather than bouncing it around. Customer photos on Google show what places actually look like, not the marketing shots. There's also an app called Soundprint where people rate how loud places are. Saves you from expensive disappointments. Secret 6. Less is more with groups. Large groups are conversation death. One-to-one works brilliantly. 3 people and you start getting crosstalk. 6 people and you might as well be watching television with the sound off. 4 people maximum if you want to actually participate. For big family gatherings, arrive early and claim a good seat before the chaos begins. Most people will take turns talking if you ask nicely. They just need reminding that conversations work better when everyone can follow them. Group size matters. Energy management sustains success. Secret 7. Your brain needs breaks. Restaurant listening is genuinely exhausting. 3-hour meals leave me mentally drained because concentrating conversation in noise is proper hard work. I used to power through and wonder why I felt socially worn out afterwards. Now I schedule important meals when I'm fresh, usually earlier in the day. Take breaks during long dinners. Step outside and visit the restaurant for quiet moments. Your brain needs these processing breaks. If you want to understand the science behind why this happens to cochlear implant users, I covered listening fatigue in detail in the previous video. Link is in the description. Secret 8. Apps are your safety net. Transcription apps work as backup when your processor misses bits. They are particularly useful in reasonably quiet restaurants where they can pick up clear speech and identify who's saying what. Most phones have built-in options now. They won't work in noisy places. They struggle just like we do, but in decent sound conditions they catch details you might miss. I used one during book club last month and actually followed the plot discussion instead of nodding along cluelessly. Technology provides backup. Always have alternatives. Secret 9, have an escape plan. Sometimes restaurants are just impossible regardless of your brilliant planning. Unexpected noise, terrible sound quality, or sound disasters you couldn't predict happen. No quieter alternatives nearby. Practice saying, "This isn't working for my hearing," without feeling guilty. Have graceful exit strategies that don't ruin everyone's evening. It's also better to suggest moving somewhere suitable rather than suffering 4 hours of noise torture while everyone else is having a good time. Restaurant dining doesn't have to be a lottery when you plan strategically. Which secret will you try first? Subscribe, comment, like for practical cochlear implant advice, and see you in the next video.